Hi there, it's Rob here from the Gym Team. I hope you're well. Welcome to this mobility method. Today we're looking at improving mobility for running and walking. Okay, so grab yourself a pint of water, take a sip, lick around the lips and hydrate. Now, as always with these training sessions, please take some time out for yourself, put some soft music in the background. And as always, try and do this class in barefoot if you can. It will really help you with your posture and all your mobility as well. Okay, so from here, finding yourself a space. Check around one way, check around the other. Make sure you've got plenty of room. From here, we're just going to work through our slow and easy calf raises. Now, as you're doing this, you're looking for your knuckles of your feet just to roll over and forwards each time. You're keeping the feet nice and side by side. And if you're feeling a little bit of a rocking sensation, just allow it to do what it needs to do. So you could be absolutely dead straight and coming up and down here. You could be feeling a bit of a lateral sway. Whatever's going on, just embrace what you're doing. Taking the time to take a nice, slow, deep breath in. From here, taking a slow, deep breath out. Let your shoulders relax and drop down. From here, relaxing and taking the arms out wide into a high crucifix position here. Arms up at shoulder height. Thumbs opened out wide, fingers web out. Try and elongate through your arms. You're going to push your arms as straight as you can. Still lifting over the tip of the foot, rolling those knuckles over the foot, trying to get that movement. From here, stretching high, crossing the hands over, and stretching up high to the ceiling. Again, keep the movement slow and controlled. See if you can tighten up through your glutes. Feel that raise up and down nice and high. Leaning back through the movement here, stretching up. From here, planting the feet to the floor, tilting to the left and coming back to center. Going again. Keeping the hips driven forward, glutes nicely engaged. Four more here. This isn't a race, this is you staying in control of the body. As the hips glide to the right, the feet stay nice and parallel. You're looking for the second toes to stay parallel to each other. And as you're rocking to the side, I want you to feel your big toe to your little toe stay flat to the floor, heel engaged as well. Releasing, let the arms drop. Side flex again. Let the arms be loose. Shaking it out again, taking the arms wide. Then lifting high overhead, interlocking the fingers and tilting over to the right side. Trying to keep your torso up as straight as you can. A slight arch in the back is even preferred. As we lean to the side, we're keeping our torso as straight and as lifted as high as we can. Challenge here is we're feeling a big, deep stretch through the lateral side of our body. And as we tilt to the side, we're now going to try and push our arms away a little bit further to increase that mobilization of the spine and of the upper back. One more. And release. Rolling it out. Side flex to the right. Feel big toe to little toe engaged to the floor. Coming back up slowly and strongly. Go to the left, reaching the left fingertips down to the side of the left knee. One more here. Releasing. Taking the feet wide, turning the toes so that the second toes are nice and parallel. You're going to reach down towards your shins or on top of your thighs, whichever feels comfortable. We're going to extend through the back of the legs, trying to get as straight knee as possible. We're taking that flex out and we're keeping it safe and relevant and effective for you. So there's no pressure on the kneecap itself. It's the extension of the back of the legs. I want you to feel that your hips are driving the direction back behind you. And your big toe to little toe are flat to the floor. Big toe separation. Feet nice and relaxed as you hinge back. If you can, you take the feet just a touch wider again. Allow yourself to drop a little bit further. From here, we're going to allow ourselves to flex a little bit more. Allowing the torso to drop a bit more. Allowing the chin to drop down towards the chest. From here, using the strength of our back, if we can, to lift, to stand, take our arms wide into that crucifix position. Check your feet position, just give them a wiggle on the floor. You're going to tilt your torso whilst keeping your arms still at 90 degrees at the shoulder. Allow the tilt to the side, allowing the QL, the quadratus lumborum here, from the base of that rib to the top of that hip, to allow it to stretch, the top of the pelvis to stretch. Lean back with the top arm and allow the arm to circle down to the hip. And then allow yourself to come back up to standing. Shake out your hips, take the arms up wide. Again, trying to maintain that 90 degrees at the shoulders. Doesn't matter if this right hand touches the shin or not. We're just trying to keep the torso tilting to the side and allowing the pelvis to slide the opposite way. You're going to allow the top arm, in my case, my left hand is going to scoop behind, lower, brush past the hip, and then slowly control yourself back up through to standing. From here, hinge, flex, allow your chin to drop down on the chest, feel a big stretch through the back of the legs. So at the moment, we're developing all the thoracic element of our body, developing the lateral side, certainly the lateral side of the arms, trying to release off tension there so that our torso can stand taller. From here, slowly standing through and bring the feet together. From here, we want a fist gap between our feet, toes, second toes nice and parallel. We're going to lift up into a calf raise, and then we're going to slowly lower back down to the floor. Now, as you do it, go really slowly. So you're pushing, you're lifting, and your top point here, you want to feel your big toe and your little toe still engaged in the floor. You want to push up as high as you can, so your pelvis is forward into a neutral position if it's normally behind you. Okay, and your shoulders are retracted back. As you stand in this tall position, you're going to feel you're going to want to roll into the big toe. And I want you to keep it nice and strong and controlled as you lower back down. Now, as your foot connects back down to the ground, you want to feel the midpoint of your foot, then the heel come down. And it's that midpoint of your foot that we're trying to improve right now. Let's press up. We're trying to create this arch in the foot. The top points, You want to feel that big toe is grounded with the little toe. If it's supinated, i.e. your big toe is up in the air, you are losing power in your running stride. Slowly drop that down. You need to educate the big toe to stay roughly flat. But ideally, there would be a 3-degree supination, i.e. your big toe would be marginally lifted. It's absolutely negligible in terms of your running stride. So here, I want you to really feel in your training that the big toe to the little toe is engaged. And as you arch back to the floor, the belly of that foot is connecting first to the ground. The heel then follows suit. Hold up high. Keep feeling that hold. We're going to hold high in your top position. And what I want you to do here is distribute the weight through your feet. So at all times, you roll out towards the little toe, your big toe is still engaged. As you roll back into the big toe, the little toe is still engaged to the floor. Your heels are still as high as you can. We're developing ankle flexibility and toe flexibility. There are 28 bones in your foot. There's 56 bones are all working hard with 33 joints each as well. So a lot of work to develop 66 joint mobility here. And this exercise here, still hold that calf raise. Your calf should be screaming at you. You want to be able to feel that movement. Now, if you can't feel your calf screaming at you and you still engage big toe to little toe all the way through this movement, brilliant. You are bolstering your ankles so that when you run and you hit an unknown like a curb or a drain cover, your ankles, your feet, your bones in your foot can respond. Slowly lower down and take a walk around. Should feel it tight in the back of the calf and the legs. And we're building up that Achilles tendon at the same time. From here, I want you to grab yourself a mat. And we're going to come down to the floor. Now, if you struggle with your knees, grab a cushion or a pillow to place underneath the knee. We're going to drop down into our front lunge position here. So from here, we can stride. And from here, the back foot, the big toe to the little toe is engaged to the floor. You might find that your femur rotates maybe a bit more medially as you're doing this. So your upper thigh is turning in. You might also find that your shin, your tibia, is laterally rotating. So you're having to push the little toes down to the ground. Now, when you get to this position here, you want to get your pelvis forward. And you're going to feel stretches happening all the way through your anterior side of your hip, i.e. right through into your hip flexors. You want that stride pattern through here. You're rolling forward, keep the shoulders back, and you probably, if you sit a lot, you'll be feeling this pinching in the side that you've got the knee forward. So my left knee is forward, and I can feel a little bit of a pinch on the left side of my lower back. Keep your shoulders back, keep your chest lifted, allow that rock forward and back. Stevie, take a slightly longer stride. Can you maintain posture? Again, you want to feel big toe to little toe, flat to the floor. Good, strong stride through. Now, if you can't feel this stretching or creating mobility change, take the front foot forward a little bit more of a stride. Again, if it's too much in the knee, take something else to support and cushion underneath the knee joint. From here, bring your hands on top of your thighs, see if you can get a bit more range. What we're trying to do here is develop your leg stride. From here, we're going to rotate. So to do this, we take the knee forward. We feel the stretch through the hip flexor. We turn over our left side, so I have my left knee forward. You're going to feel a bit more rotation here and feel a bit of a change in what's happening at the base of my tummy muscles, which is going to be the hip flexors, that iliacus, that psoas, all feeling a nice big lengthening. Again, we're going to feel that nice, deep, long stretch through the body. From here, we're going to slowly push back off that lead leg. Controlling, using your balance, whatever you've got, to step and swap forward. The right foot now goes forward. back foot, big toe to little toe, square to the floor, glutes engaged, hips drive forward. Again, when you feel ready, drive that lead leg forward a touch more and feel that hip flexor work. Shoulders are back into position. And again, just keep moving it forward and back, big toe, little toe down to the ground. Good, if you can, wiggle the front foot forward a little bit further and check what's happening in that back knee. If it's feeling aggravated, again, keep it safe, relevant, effective for you. You might need to put another cushion under. You might need to come out of the exercise completely. You might want to raise up the back knee slightly as well. It will give you a bit more of a definition stretch through that quadricep. So you can place a cushion underneath your left foot here, just to be able to give a bit more development. It will put a bit more pressure into the patella. So if you are doing that, just make sure that that hip and that knee is feeling comfortable. From here, we're going to take the lead arm up and over, stretching over to the side, opening up the hips. Feeling a nice, decent stretch all the way through the hips. Big toe, little toe, flat to the floor, knuckles down to the ground. Slowly releasing that hand back over to the front of that thigh so you can get a bit of a longer stride through. And as you can see here, we're now trying to pulse gently forward. I've got my left hand inside the right inner knee. Just coming up slightly off that, so I'm on the inner thigh. And the idea behind it is I'm pushing forward, I'm making sure that that knee doesn't buckle in. Likewise, I'm not overexerting to push the knee outwards. I want a nice, straight, railway track movement of my legs as I'm running. So we're getting as closer to the target every single step without crossing over the body. Slowly come out of this. And then from here, we're going to roll onto our right side, developing our left thigh and feeling the hip flexor and the quadricep stretch. So from here, dropping down, extending the left leg as far away from you as possible, and lift. Okay, so a lot of people struggle with their running because they have their hips too far back and an anterior tilt. We're going to drive our pelvis forward, tighten our glutes. We'll slowly drop the foot to touch the inner foot and come back up. Now, if this is too much for you, you can knee flex, okay, but I would prefer you to try and keep the legs straight, and perhaps your movement is to lift to here, and then slowly drop that down, and see how high you can lift that top leg. Take the movement slow and controlled. Target here, we're trying to avoid the top leg from resting. We want everything on this lateral side of the thigh to be working hard. So the tensor fascia lati, the glute medius, have to pick in with that as well. And everything that comes down and connects down into that iliotibial band coming up to the side of the left knee. You really want to feel the control of the lift and the control of that lower as well. The movement slow, controlled, and effective. One more here. Slow control, release. Let that knee flex up forward in front of you. And just give a gentle rub all the way through the outside of that hip. From here, we relax, release, and we roll over to the left side. Again, pelvis driven forward, shoulders back. Again, we're looking to try and get a nice straight line through from the ear, shoulder, through the outside of the hip to the heel. So again, if your bottom's back, just pull it into nice and neutral. Lift that strong, high leg, lateral leg kicks. Slow lift high, slow lift low. Again, I'm feeling what's happening here just at the top of the pelvis. You might find it's getting a little bit achy on the front, maybe the back of that pelvis. Take notice of what needs to be stretched. So if it's here right in the front on the anterior side of your body, we're looking at doing some hip flexor extension work. If it's more in the glutes on the back, guess what? You're going to be stretching some of the glute work, and you're going to be doing some back strengthening and lengthening stretch exercises as well. Again, try and keep those feet side by side to each other. Use the strength of the glute to lift, building up the strength of that glute medius to help out the ITB. If you struggle with ITB pain on the lateral side of the knee, it's because you need that greater flexibility and the greater strength in the tensor fasciae latae, that hip joint. Get that moving. One more here. Oh, clearly I need a bit more work on that one. We're going to knee flex up in front. Again, we're just going to gently massage out the side of the hip. A nice big stretch and lengthen out there. Good luck. From there, slowly releasing, roll to your front, come through into your press up position. Then coming out into child's pose position, feet together, knees wide, dropping down on the forearms, sticking your bottom back. Nice big lengthening out through the lower back. You can try and extend, so you're going to push your backside back and down. Feel that the lower back extend for you. From here, releasing, coming through onto knees, rolling back onto feet. And see if you can stretch through the front of your shins so the knuckles are down to the ground and you're sitting on your heels. From here, slowly taking yourself up to standing. Be careful if your mat's on a slippery floor. And release that. Well done. Let's let the fingers roll one way, roll back the other way. Take notice now of how your body feels. If there's any aching or pains, maybe to your back, your hips, your quads, your glutes, whatever, find those points and go stretch. Go and see a good sports therapist that can help you, that's going to get that increase in mobility for you and get you striding better and longer. This class is designed to try and find those little points that are going to cause you aggravations. And those are the parts that need to be developed, need to be improved, so you get greater efficiency in your walking, your running. As a result, you'll find you'll stand in a more neutral position, your shoulders will retract that better, and you'll get a greater cardio performance. So you'll increase that aerobic curve and that performance of your body and increase your VO2 max. I hope that helps. Get in contact if I can help. I'll see you next time for the next one. Grab your water, really hydrate well after that tough little session. Well done. See you next time for the next one. Cheers.